Hello, friends. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. And I love coming to you on Wednesdays at this time to talk about the astral weather ahead. And also, our format is we do a little spiritual mediumship as well. So sit back, relax, and let's talk about the new moon, which will be taking place on the 4th of November, depending on where you fall in the world. You will be able to ignite your Scorpio wherever we find 12 degrees of Scorpio in your chart. So this new moon is going to be quite an exciting one because it's going to be opposite Uranus. And a little bit more about that in a moment. So, well, my dear friends, how is your Scorpio going? How is Halloween for you? I know that we've got a whole lot of new exciting things here at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and I want to really encourage you to sign up, receive a premiere edition of the new magazine. The new magazine is Time Lords and is produced by the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, which of course is a consortium of astrologers across the world. And basically what Time Lords is going to be showing you is contemporary astrology, all sorts of wonderful articles, and in true CIA fashion, right? If you are members of the CIA, you already know the great webinars and the articles and the astrologers working together to bring you the latest in astrological information. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to see if your comments. All right, I can't. Oh, there we go. Blessings to you, Paul. Great. Sometimes I'm able to see the comments and sometimes I'm not. Now I'm able to see the comments. Terrific. Good evening, Patricia and Sam. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Again, I'm going to direct your attention to the CIA. And if you sign up, you get a edition of the Time Lords. I'm very proud to be a part of that premier edition. For many years, I have had an interest in and a practice of mediumship and psychic development and intuition development. And so what I had done in this particular article that's in Time Lords, and fabulous articles, I hope that we can put a link up for this particular magazine. It's free for you folks. I did an astrological signature for mediums and psychics the world over. So you can read about it in that particular edition. Fantastic articles for all. Friends, get rid of all the stuff you want to get rid of before the new moon. That's my advice. Get rid of emotional fixity, right? Because we're moving into the Scorpio time of the year, truly Scorpio time of the year with the new moon. So I'm going to go through each and every one of the Reader's Digest form of astrology in just a moment. But let's talk about the chart of the new moon. Number one, it's opposite Uranus. Where you find Uranus, you find big changes, big surprises, eclectic and eccentric information. So the new moon is exactly opposite Uranus. Expect some bumpy rides, perhaps. Expect also, hopefully, this is the Pollyanna in me, more types of dialogue that takes in opposite points of view. It's my belief in looking at oppositions, any opposition, we can actually hear the person that's opposite to us with new ears. And then some magic and alchemy happens with oppositions in our chart or oppositions in the sky, or two points of view, two polarities come together and are able to coexist and coalesce and come to another conclusion. 1 + 1 = 2. And so with this opposition of the new moon at 12 degrees of Scorpio opposite Uranus at 12 degrees of Taurus, we have an opportunity to look at two sides of one coin. That's the hallmark of this next 30 days with the lunations of the new moon. So that is the primary consideration: opposition, conflict, and a juxtaposition of points of view, so that perhaps some new information can be negotiated and resulting in a sense of greater harmony. So this new moon that takes place at 5:15, that's p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Please make the adjustments for your time zones. Hello, Vishna. Hello, Jennifer and Sherry. Hello. Tell us where you're coming in from. Anita from New Zealand. Good evening, Sam. Patricia, good evening. Good evening, Paul Dijon. And I thank you for posting a link to your page. Fantastic. I can't say enough about this wonderful new magazine through the CIA, which is, of course, Time Lords. Some other aspects of this new moon: we have Vesta trining Neptune. And Vesta, of course, is the asteroid associated with spiritual practices, practicing a routine that gives you solace and a sense of peace, no matter what that routine might be, no matter what that spiritual direction you may have. Trining Neptune. Neptune to me is the great beyond, the great numinous, the great spirit of oneness between all people. So we like that trine with Vesta and Neptune with this particular configuration. We have a 5-degree orb squared to Saturn. So this is a serious new moon, but with those surprises that need to be modified is part of that whole activity, the surprise opposition. Let's talk about the Sabian symbol. So the Sabian symbol of this new moon is: an inventor performs a lab experiment. One way of applying that to your own chart is to take where 12 degrees falls in Scorpio in your chart and ask yourself, what experiments can you try? What is something new you can take on in the next month? Understanding that the opposition of Uranus might elevate it and it might springboard and be fantastic, or you might have some help from eccentricity of Uranus. Either way, identify the 12 degrees Scorpio and say to yourself, it's time to try something new. Scorpio and Taurus have this in common, of course. They're both financial signs. Scorpio is like how we manage our money. Taurus is how we make our money. Income versus management. So trying to find a balance in just general sense of how you are managing your resources, your finances, your income, your investments, your savings. So all of that is a part of this as well. Hello from Quebec, Anne Marie. Thank you for being here. And Sam is in Mexico. Hello. Thank you for posting. Good evening. Hi, Tara. Hello from India, Vishnu. Hello, nice to see you. So I'm glad we're getting some activity with our Time Lords magazine, and I appreciate you all, downloading it and taking this to heart, because it was a labor of love for the people of the CIA, and we're here to serve you in so many different ways. I would also say about this particular opposition of Uranus. Uranus is Sabian symbol-wise, 12 degrees, a porter carrying a heavy load. Now, when I was reviewing my Mark Edmund Jones book, that heavy load is often debt. It's often a sense of having so much on your plate that you can't quite navigate it. So that's a part of this opposition between the new moon. I think it's a financial signature, but it's also the load of trying to balance opposition within your own chart. Last week, we talked about the T-square and that very strong T-square between Saturn, and we had the moon at the quarter cycle in Leo squaring the sun. This week, we want to identify where we find 12 degrees of the Scorpio, and the 12 degrees where the other fixed signs fall in your chart. So all of that area is being activated by this new moon, and it's basically a time for us to spend time in creating a new foundation for ourselves. That's what the new moon is about. Wherever the new moon falls, we have this balsamic time now. So very often, sometimes we will be feeling a little bit more drained or tired, or wanting to establish these goals we set for ourselves back on October 6th with the last new moon in Libra. Please understand the balsamic time is a great time to extinguish habits, patterns, ideas, situations that no longer feed us, that no longer help us. And we want to expunge them before we start with the new moon. New moons are fantastic times to do our manifestation work. The new moon is a time to dig in our heels and say, I would like to attract this in my life. I want to have this new ambition, this new dream starting to take roots. The new moon is when we see in the dark, but we are carried by our faith and we're carried by our will force, especially when it's a new moon in Scorpio. So these are just some considerations which hopefully you've all worked with at some point. Hi, Amber from Oregon. Hello, Ripple from Victoria, Canada. Thank you for being here tonight. The format is I talk a little astrology, and I have a question of the week, and then we will do some mediumistic work as well. So if you know anyone who'd like to have a medium message, a spiritual message, let them know, share this. And okay, so Corey is talking about the new moon's conjunct the moon in the 8th house. What an opportunity, Corey, for you to dig in your heels and identify your spiritual, psychological, and intuitive powers to really expunge and attract a new form of individual power for yourself. You know, Scorpio moon, which you have, is fixed water, right? So when we look at the depth of a Scorpio moon person, Corey, and this new moon, this is once in a many moon opportunity for you to let go of the old things you want to let go of. Good evening from France, 2 a.m. there, Prana. Well, I'm very honored that you're here. Thank you very much. Good, Donnie. I will be doing the message work as well. If you would like to get a message, let me know you would like to get a message. So the question of the week for you all, and let me know if this is resonating with you. What areas of your life are you letting go of in preparation for the new moon? In other words, we are in the balsamic phase. We are more conscious of things that didn't quite go our way since October 6th. So this is a time to clean house, maybe clean house with some attitudes, maybe literally clean house. Whatever that might mean to you, that's the question for our week today. Because as the new moon comes down, the cosmos is actually asking us to reconfigure, reboot, and start over again, especially at that 12th degree of Scorpio. So does anybody have anything they'd like to share about things that they would like to do to get rid of in preparation? It's a ritual I do every new moon, the balsamic time. One of my teachers always said, look, if you want to quit sugar, if you want to quit bad, negative self-talk, do it at the balsamic, at the last vestiges of the new moon. The moon is dark. It's time to just let go, let God, and then restart when that new moon arrives. Again, please make adjustments to wherever you might be on the planet. 5:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time is the new moon tomorrow, Thursday. 12 degrees of Scorpio, opposite Mr. Surprise. Mr. Surprise, Uranus. We could have some bumpy roads in the next month with some unexpected shifts with the economies of the world, because this is actually those two signs. Income is Taurus, outgo is Scorpio, resource management is Scorpio as well. So Rose is cleaning her house. You're revamping your exercise program. Great, Amber. Okay, you're doing some physical and energetic cleaning, says Anne Marie. Fantastic. Hi, Jennifer. Very nice. And letting go of the past guilt, Sam. That's a fantastic thing. The pernicious emotions of guilt and shame these are fantastic things to let go of in preparation of the new moon. Please understand also that Scorpio, being a fixed sign in the element of emotion, and I know we have a new moon person with the moon in Scorpio in the room. You spoke with her. Can tend to hold on, hold grudges, hold old emotions to heart, and that creates a lot of disharmony. So this is a fantastic time for all of us to say, the past is the past. I'm going to restart, reboot tomorrow, and I'm not going to allow those shame emotions, those guilt emotions to overwhelm me. Or self-criticism is the worst, right? And so Scorpio is the analytical energy. Let's just talk about Scorpio for a moment. Do we have any Scorpio sun signs in the room? And Scorpio rising signs. You took the words out of my mouth, Anne-Marie. Shedding old friends as foe. Yes. Reboot. Absolutely, Jennifer. The idea here is Scorpio can hold on, hang on, and now we have a clean slate. But nothing can create more dissatisfaction, more discomfort, and ultimately disease, except when we pull away with our Scorpio action. Scorpio can be the sign. We have three aspects of Scorpio, right? The scorpion, we've got the eagle, and then we've got the phoenix. In that swampy land of low form Scorpio, where you find Scorpio, you can hurt yourself, right? You can be absolutely enmeshed in the darkness. These are all beautiful Scorpio negative configurations. So as we are on the eve of the Scorpio new moon, use this next few hours to kind of clear the decks. A little over, probably about 19 hours from now, we have the new moon. If it's a time for meditation to let go, do that as well. Scorpio rising, Patricia. Wow, we've got a lot of Scorpios in the room. Fabulous. You all know what I'm talking about. I'm a Scorpio sun, and I have wrestled with my Scorpionic self all of my life, and I will imagine I will continue to do that to the last breath. Scorpio can have a stinger which doesn't sting anyone else except itself. So this particular configuration, this phase, this balsamic phase, is the time to empty, to clean, and to prepare for the reboot. Let's go back again to that Sabian symbol. The Sabian symbol, the new moon, is an inventor performs a lab experiment. So be experimental with this new moon. Take a risk. Take a change, take a chance, be courageous. Remember, Scorpio is ruled by 2, not 1 planets. The traditional ruler is Mars, action, activity, aggression at times. And Pluto, of course, is the planet that symbolizes transformation, taking things from the alchemistic point of view, making lemonade out of lemons. That's all Scorpio energy, going into the brass tacks and rising again, which of course is the phoenix, the top ledge of the Scorpio within your charts. All right. So Joanne has Scorpio rising with Neptune in the first house. Joanne, do you happen to know what degree is your rising sign? Facebook user has Scorpio moon conjunct Neptune in Scorpio. That's a very intuitive moon, my friend. Very much so. And be advised as our Uranus continues to move along the ecliptic and will eventually be at 21 degrees of Taurus. I would suspect that your intuition is going to be jumping off the roof, right? So a lot to look forward to. Trust your instincts and your intuition. Okay. Good evening, Melissa. Hello, Joanne. Thank you for sharing, Miss Rose. Thank you very much. Hello, Kim. Your Jupiter and Neptune are in Scorpio. We have a lot of Scorpio energy in the room. Fabulous. A lot of Scorpio rising. You're in the right place, Jerry. Okay. Meditating. Okay, let's talk about meditating for a moment. Meditation is what we are able to do to connect with the God of our understanding. Um, Ultimately, but also it is very, very, very fantastic in terms of the physiological benefits of meditation, right? So when we lower our blood pressure, when we're able to completely empty ourselves out and become a vessel, meditation has so many benefits. With this new moon, my friends, we can reboot our spiritual practices thanks to the new moon and also thanks to Neptune trining Vesta. So all of this is happening just in the next few hours. Take a stock of your life, what you want to get rid of during the balsamic, and plunge ahead with the new at the new cycle. Again, I'm so excited to be part of the CIA as Agent 56. All of you out there are absolutely more than welcomed to simply go to the CIA website, sign up, and you are going to get a free download of the premier magazine called Time Lords. It's a wonderful experience to see what the cutting edge astrologers are writing about. And I'm so proud to be part of the CIA. So please do that. And there's other wonderful webinars and articles, all part of this premier association here at the CIA. All right, let's kind of go through the different signs. I have some sophisticated astrologers in the room. Again, my friends, you want to find where 13 degrees of Scorpio is in your chart. That's the new moon, opposite Uranus. But also check out where you find 13, 12 degrees of Leo and Aquarius as well, because those planets and those parts of your chart will also be very much triggered by this new moon. So we want to do a holistic evaluation of our charts with the new moon. If you are Aries or Aries rising, this new moon is falling in your 8th house, your 8th house of empowerment, your 8th house that is the house of psychological and spiritual and financial power. So you'll be able to kind of boost up those aspects of your life with this particular new moon. Taurus or Taurus rising, this new moon is activating your partnership house. What does this mean? Well, if we take the Sabian symbol into account, I would say that the Tauruses can be a little bit more experimental with their best friends, with their significant others. Maybe take a risk, do something different, shock or surprise your best friend, your significant other. Or if you're not involved with a one-on-one relationship, it might be a time to experiment and find someone new. That's for our Taurus friends. For Gemini or Gemini rising, this particular new moon configuration is in your 6th house of work and self-care. So anything having to do with betterment of your routine that's going to make you healthier, whether it be exercise or nutrition or anything along these lines, is a fantastic thing for you to do. Try something new. Try something new in your work. Perhaps purchase that new computer or do something different that's going to help you magnify and improve your work situation. For our Cancer or Cancer rising, this new moon is activating your 5th house of fun, games, creativity, and romance. Take a risk. Do an experiment in those areas. Dust off some new exercise equipment that you've been hanging around. Do something different for yourself and have fun. For Leo or Leo rising, this particular energy is activating your 4th house of home and family. You might want to do something different within where you live, a little remodeling, a little changing around of the decorations, or doing something unique with your family, right? Have a gathering or connect with an estranged relative. Do something different that's going to help improve your life. If you are Virgo or Virgo rising, this particular energy is activating your thinking, your communication, and the way you are managing all those papers. So this new moon is asking you to, for example, if you're a writer, get down to the brass tacks of writing or producing projects, this type of thing. For Libra or Libra rising, your self-esteem is being activated by this new moon, also your income. There might be a new way of making additional abundant money in your life with this new moon. And keeping in mind, that means that Uranus is opposite in the 8th house. So you might be trying to balance managing, spending, and saving at the same time. The new moon is going to give you a download of what to do and how to manage your finances, Libra. For Scorpio, all eyes are on you. This new moon, no matter what your birthday might be, Scorpio, is like having a second birthday. I like to suggest to people that they perhaps focus in meditation with what they would like to accomplish, and then maybe burn a candle and really imbue that light with an attractive principle of attracting new things into your life at the new moon. Make sure it's after the actual new moon, wherever you may be falling on the planet. So all eyes are on the Scorpio. It's like a second birthday. So blow out a candle after you make a wish. Charisma, confidence, and a greater sense of purpose for the Scorpios with this new moon. For Sagittarius, the new moon is falling in your house of retreat, your house of spirituality, your house of dreams, and your house of intuition. So it's going to help enhance those intuitive meters within you, Sagittarius. For Capricorn or Capricorn rising, the new moon is activating friends, groups, associations. It's helping you see whom you'd like to spend more time with. The people in your life that are like-minded, you might be able to reignite, or maybe surprise yourself with that Uranus configuration and join a new group, start a new group, do something social for yourself, Capricorn. For Aquarius or Aquarius rising, the new moon is activating your leadership abilities. If you are in your own business, you might be really elevating and working harder. If you are working for someone, it's a great time to anticipate a promotion or to do something that's going to really help your career in the long run. For Pisces or Pisces rising, expanding your knowledge base, expanding your life through travel or learning or travel or doing some sort of teaching for our Pisces friends. All right, so here we go. Let's say hello to Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. Her Gemini moon, Leo suns. What you're saying is exactly what you're doing. Fantastic. It's on your lunar return, Corey. So you're buying a car. Excellent. Fantastic. You've been clearing old traumas, says Danny. Awesome. Yes, this new moon is definitely opposite Uranus. So again, identify where that new moon falls. Happy birthday, Rose. Oh my gosh. Happy birthday, Rose. So Rose, what I would like to do for you, I'd like to do this for anyone who has a birthday today. I'm going to send you your solar return chart, Rose Chase, as a little gift to you. So if you're not a friend of mine on Facebook, please do so I can have a way to connect with you. Many of you are already aware of this, but every year when we celebrate our birthday, we have a chart wherever we may be celebrating. In other words, we are celebrating in New Zealand, or we're celebrating in Buffalo, New York. Wherever you are celebrating your birthday of any given year, you create a chart. It's called a solar return chart. And that chart can give you a little glimpse of the year ahead. I would like to do that for you, Rose. All right. Happy birthday to you. All right. You're very welcome, Rose. Make sure that we connect afterwards. Okay. Your Aquarius sun, moon, and Mercury. Wow. You are quite the Aquarian, Jane. And as I said earlier, it's a great time for you to activate your responsibilities at your job, your career, and take on new leadership as well. All right, part of this format, my dear friends, is we also do a little bit of a mediumship. We're going to do that now. And how this works simply is, let me know if you'd like to get a read. So put that in the comments. I would like to get a read. I use my intuition. I take off my astrologer hat and just do the mediumship energy, and I will come to you randomly by using my finger. So as you are okay, just please let me know if you'd like to get a little bit of a read, and I will do that for you. And fantastic. Just let me know, and then I will use my finger here. Thank you, Katarina. That's a beautiful name, Katarina. I'm very much about community. Absolutely. And that's why I like seeing the same um, names up, and I would like you to recognize the names that are here. We're always wanting to have a new community, right? And we're living in this beautiful digital age. So whomever would like to get a read, let me know, and I will use my finger. Okay? So I close my eyes, I say my prayer, and I just select randomly. Dear God, please allow me to serve, allow my words to be filled with love and light and truth, inspiration and healing for the highest and best as I align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. All right. Jennifer Ritz. Jennifer Bristol Ritz. Did I say your name right? I came to you, Miss Jennifer. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Kim. Hi, Judy. Hi, Marlena. Hello, Susan. Hello, Jennifer. All right, Jennifer, just let me, okay, there you go. All right, Jennifer, as I am connecting with your energy, I'm seeing you cultivating a new way in your home environment. And it's more, it's a learning curve for you, Jennifer. It's almost as if I'm seeing you put on a uniform of efficiency. For example, if we could wear Capricorn clothing, Jennifer, I'm not saying you're a Capricorn. I don't know you. I'm not sure what your chart is. I have nothing except I'm getting the word Capricorn with you, that you're putting on the veneer or the persona of getting things done in a particular way. Not Virgo, not nitpicky, but Capricorn, coming from a place of this has got to be done this way, my dear housemates or my dear family. It's almost as if you've been experimenting with this new way of managing the way the home life is functioning. And Spirit is saying that this is a good thing because you are a very sweet person. I'm getting this from Spirit. And sometimes you, in a Libran fashion, I'm using astrology as a shorthand here, in a Libran fashion, you might just sit back and say, anyone can do whatever they want to do. But it feels like you've been very focused on organizing and achieving law and order within the home. Does that make sense, Jennifer? Oh, you are a Capricorn. Okay, interesting. So maybe since the year of your Libra rising. Oh, isn't this fun? I'm doing psychic astrological readings here. That's hysterical. I like that. Okay. Good night, Paul Jean. Blessings to you. But it makes sense to you, doesn't it, Jennifer? Okay. I should try that. I should not even do chart readings anymore. I'll just sit there and look at someone's names and read their chart that way. That's kind of strange. But in any case, more for you, Jennifer. As I'm picking up, now that you've just told me you're a Capricorn with a Libra rising, I want to say this to you, my friend. Of course, where we find Capricorn in our chart, we have all transformed and changed and went through loss and had to manage our fears and had to manage our anger and had to manage our own sense of mortality since the beginning of 2020 when Saturn and Pluto, Mr. Death, were together in the sky, which ushered in the year and a half that we all experienced collectively with this year of transformation. But I want to say a little bit more on a spiritual point of view for you, Jennifer. You are becoming more authentically you. And that's one of the positives of the CV crisis of the world that we've all navigated. And Spirit is saying that you've done a lot of good in your community, not just your household, Jennifer, that you are making a difference in your community, no matter where you are living. You're trying to have discussions and in small groups, trying to connect with people in your typical, now that I know that you told me, Libra rising fashion. Always gracious, always filled with etiquette, and always filled with a sense of grace. So I leave that with you, dear Jennifer. Many blessings to you. I'm glad it makes sense to you. I'm going to do one more message here. Okay. Joanne DeGrace. All right. Joanne DeGrace. I'm with you, my friend. And if you're still in the room, I'll give you a little read. Just Joanne. Okay. Okay. All right. Joanne DeGrace, that's funny. You're a Cappy too. Isn't that funny? I'm picking on the Capricorns tonight. All right. As I'm tuning into you, Joanne, I'm being very aware of I don't know if you dance or if you perform or if you public speak, but I'm seeing the spotlight on you, Joanne. I'm seeing that you are perhaps wanting to share your gifts with others on a podium, on a platform. And you've had some hits and misses, but that you are trying to develop the word that comes to mind is platform for yourself. You have a lot to share. You have a lot of talent. And I don't mean just talent in a spiritual sense, but old-fashioned talent, like we would say about charisma or entertainment as well. I'm seeing you as a little girl and maybe dancing or tap dancing and doing the dress up thing. I'm getting, especially regarding your younger years, two women who are instrumental in assisting you grow into the accomplished woman that you are today. And one of them is a grandmother, and I think your mother's still on the earth plane, but I'm feeling a grandmother who is beaming all the time with you and helping you out all the time. And she would let you stir the soup bowl and make the cookies. She would hover around you and make you use your gifts, even as a tiny child. I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, she's coming in from Spirit and she's telling you how proud she is of you and how much her encouragement helped you so much, because it was absolutely unconditional love. And she's very proud of what you've done and what you need to do. She's saying, when you think of her, don't think of a life that was just difficult. Think of her joy and pride in what she was able to accomplish as a grandma and as a mom. She's a very special person with a great sensibility and great spiritual power that I think you connect with her in any case. So I'll leave that with God's blessings to you. All right. Does that make sense? Thank you, Joanne. It's great to get the feedback. Okay. I would love to give everybody a reading, but we only try to keep it to 2 in an evening. And I'm so delighted you are all with me tonight. Please come back next week. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Please take a listen to my invitation to you to download the Time Lords premier magazine of the CIA and become a member of the CIA. It's a great thing. If you are ever interested in hanging out with me in Buffalo, New York, if you come in your travels, give me a call. You can also join my newsletter at CassandraJoanButler.com. I wish all of you a beautiful new moon. Make a wish, set your intentions, after the new moon tomorrow, November 4th, 5:15 Eastern Daylight Time. And expect the unexpected. Uranus is going to play some tricks with us, but manage your resources well in the next month. That's one of the messages of this new moon. Many blessings. We will see you next week. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Maria. Be well, Susan. Thank you. Be well, all. And many blessings to you. Good night.